Oh, clan fighting, it's been a part of Scottish history as long as anybody can remember. Hi, I'm Tara Hitchcock here for BLACKTREE TV, and we are live in Edinburgh, Scotland, talking about Disney Pixar's new film, Brave. You'll see a lot of clan fighting in this film. It is action-packed, and before we get to the stars, let's talk to a clan fighter. This is Kai. Come on in here, Kai.
Hi.
First of all, you look nice.
Thank you.
What clan are you in?
Oh, I'm in any clan that would accept me.
Why can't we just all get along? Tell us a little bit about the history of clan fighting.
Well, just basically, it's been in through Scottish history for centuries, into the thousands of years. We are an island, and we've been getting invaded for thousands of years from everything from Vikings to the English, so it has been a part of our culture for thousands of years, so I think it pretty much it's in our blood.
I'm not sure how many options they had when it came to clan fighting. Kai, it looks like the sword is the weapon of choice. Is this hard to use and maneuver?
Not necessarily. The balance of the swords, they've got a heavy pommel on the end to make it a lot more manoeuvrability on the sword, so that when you're in close battle, you're able to move it in any direction that you need to. The quillions can be used to protect your hands, but also to deflect any other swords, slide it down, but also in close combat it can also be used to stab into people's faces and things like that. So it's a multi-tool purpose.
Now, I used to sell Cutco knives, believe it or not, in the States. They say that the most dangerous knife is a dull knife.
Yes.
Is this pretty dull or sharp,
Yes.
or does it matter?
Well, just now these ones are blunt for safety reasons because they are designed to fight against another sword. The original weapons used back in maybe the 12th century and things, they would have been a lot lighter and a lot sharper because they were designed to cut through flesh.
Somebody's getting in a fight.
So that one's an axe.
Oh, an axe. A fight with an axe.
And back in the 12th century, they didn't have the facility and abundance of steel or anything like that. So what they used to do was recycle the swords. So what this would have originally been was a claymore, which most people know, the symbol of Scotland, the very tall sword. And what would have happened is, very common, the blade would break. So what they would do with the broken end of the blades, would turn that into a dirk. So they would have a smaller weapon. They would saw off a part of the handle, put a new pommel on it, file down each end, and this would become a hand and a half. So a lot of the weapons were recycled from then.
Well, we are excited to talk to the cast of the new Disney Pixar film, Brave.
Your Majesty, I present my heir and scion, who defended our land from the northern invaders and, with his own sword, stabbed Bloodhound, vanquished 1,000 foes.
MacGuffin! Good Majesty, I present my eldest son, who scuttled the Viking longships and with his bare hands vanquished 2,000 foes. Clan Dingwall!
I present my only son, who was besieged by 10,000 Romans, and he took out a whole armada single-handedly. With one arm, he was steering the ship, and with the other, he held his mighty sword and struck down the whole attacking fleet.
Lies!
What? I heard that. Aye, say it to my face. Or are ye scared, simpering jackanapes? Afraid to muss your pretty hair?
At least we have hair.
And all our teeth. If he was a wee bit closer, I could lob a caber at him, kin.
Well, Jamal is missed by the you.
Jamal, you are missed. Yeah. Go ahead. I guess the first obvious question is, how hard is it to animate Scotland? I mean, I just heard a presentation in there. It sounds like a years-long ordeal.
It is. There's a lot. I mean, you don't know what to expect or what's needed. So from the technical aspects, and we want to be experts in these movies. We want to be experts in all facets of it so that we can make it real to the audience, you know, find that character that's there of any space. I mean, even in the motion of the humans, I mean, they were horseback riding and archery lessons, and I was teaching them sword fighting and stuff so that they would have these details to put into the animation. So we had to go to Scotland to climb up hills and swim in lochs and lie down in heather to get out of the wind and see standing stones and all this stuff, so that, and meet the people and hear the stories and the legends and everything feel the weather and see everything change so fast so that we could put it into the movie.
So how many of your friends, when you say that, we had to go there, said, you know what, you are just full of it?
Well, I think it's already hard enough. You know, we work at Pixar, so we already have to deal with our friends saying, all you guys do is ride scooters all day and goof off and eat free cereal. And it's not true. We do other things besides the scooters and the cereal. So we work really hard, but I think it does look to our friends like all we do is goof off and play. It's a great place to work. But you know, there's also it's an intense work ethic. People are high achievers, and everyone wants to make the best film that they can make. And so when we said we had to go to Scotland, you know, even my mom's like, really? You have to go to Scotland? We have to go to Scotland because it's crucial, you know, research at Pixar. And there are some films that we've researched, you know, just out in the dirt. A Bug's Life, we went out into the back of our office building, you know, into the weeds and looked at the grasses. So not every trip is glamorous. Right. Scotland, you know, we really roughed it as well. We were in, you know, bunk beds and bunk houses and dorms. Hostels and on a bumpy bus, really trying to go way into the Highlands and, you know, touch everything and feel everything and smell everything and interact with people. And we tried to put all that into the movie, no matter how challenging it was. You know, our technical and artists really rise up to meet the challenge, and they love a great challenge like that. But, you know, it really had to be fully realized to work with the story.
Speaking of challenges, the hair. I mean, there is so much hair. It is all over the map. It's perfect for the character. Again, how tough to do hair?
Really tough. They've been working on hair, and all of this comes out of the necessity that the story requires. You know, what does the story require? And you know, you had Sully, which had hair to make him a big furry monster, and then from there you have Incredibles Violet with her long black hair, and that was really pushing the envelope. We had stuff in Ratatouille with the rats and the humans in there, but this type of hair became a really, really big deal. I mean, all the animals have hair too. I mean, the bears have the hair, and the horse has the hair in his mane. So there were a lot of technical challenges, and it's really hard, but they just lay in, they go, okay, this is what's required from the story, then we got to figure it out. And they just dive right and figure it out. And we're tweaking, and while we were making the movie, we were still fine-tuning those parameters and the technology of how to do it. And we got lots of cool controls. You know, I could move just one hair, her forelock out of the way or whatnot, but I was concerned with just how it moves, because the audience, when they watch it, I don't want them pulled out. I want them going, hair doesn't do that. You know, I want them going, I'm in. I'm watching her. It's captivating. I mean, if a person had that hair in real life,
I'm saying, what products are she using?
Oh, I know, I know.
It's all secret Scottish products, all natural from the woods.
It's what started as, you know, a research project by a bunch of engineers and scientists at Pixar turned into, you know, developed into a production and creative tool, something that was directable and something that enhanced the story so much. And I love that's the path that we go on at Pixar. You know, you start with this like crazy theoretical, how could we do this? And you get a bunch of great brains in a room, and they really work on it and passionately really want to get that story across.
Right. I know they're wrapping me. Last quick question: are you haggised out or not?
We will never be haggis. We could go on.
Bring on the haggis.
Tell her about last night. So last night we were at a dinner.
We were there.
Okay,
yeah,
you were there. So
sorry, Jamal, you were not there.
Jamal, you would have left.
Sorry, Jamal.
But so they served haggis as a starter course last night, and at the end of the haggis, I said, wow, that was a really good haggis. And Mark said, bring us more haggis. And he went and had a completely second portion.
Third portion.
You had the third portion. Mark had 3 portions of the starter haggis. That's the love of haggis.
And then you got up and danced.
And then I got up and danced.
Yeah,
and he's just getting warmed up.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
Nice to meet
and you know
you.
what? I love haggis too. I've had it, and it's different depending on where you go.
Every region, yeah.